What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. Going by Yahoo Sports, it looks like Russell Westbrook is very open to a trade from the Lakers. And, these are supposed to be his words verbatim. And I can't really attest to that because I wasn't there interviewing him. But if this is true, then this pretty much marks everything I've said to the T. Russell Westbrook really doesn't want to be in LA because the pressure is too much. It's not what he expected. And there's more expected out of him than what has ever been expected from him on every other team. Anything he gives additional was great, but this team has expectations unlike any other team he's been a part of. Because when you think about how good you have to be, how well you have to play to be on the Lakers, it resonates a little bit different mentally to most players or to some players because they don't really have that type of pressure on them on other teams, especially if you're on another team unlike the Lakers, who doesn't win championships a lot or who doesn't have 16 or 17 plus championships. It definitely resonates a lot different. And there isn't many teams in the NBA that has anything close to that. I mean, I think the Lakers have the most. Second, I think, is the Boston Celtics, I believe, or it's interchangeable with those one or two. And then I believe the Bulls got 6, and then it trickles on down from there. But my point is, there's a lot of expectation when it comes to wearing that Lakers jersey. And I'm not saying Russell Westbrook isn't good enough to be a Laker, but I just don't think where he's at in his career right now, mentally and physically, he's what they're looking for. Because if they had Russell Westbrook from maybe 5-7 years ago, this wouldn't really be a question. They would find a way to ingratiate him more into the offense, and he would fit a lot more with this team only because they would be at a different stage than where they are now. LeBron wouldn't be as old either, and Anthony Davis would just be entering the league probably as a rookie, and that's about the only time Anthony Davis ever stayed healthy. So this is my point. The way things are now with Patrick Beverley and all these things being said and all this rift about, him being traded, I think Russell Westbrook's really just, fed up with everything. He's putting up with it. He's being professional, as I said in a couple of videos ago, because Patrick Beverley's there. He's saying all the right things because he's still a part of the roster. He's getting paid. I would say the right things if I'm getting paid too. I would act like everything is fine if I'm getting paid $40+ million for one season. I would act very well as well. I'd be on my best behavior also. So with that being said, you look at Russell Westbrook's situation with the Lakers, it can't get any better because, like I said, he doesn't want to be there. And more so than that, it seems as if they don't want him to be there. So now, you're hearing reports on Yahoo Sports, which you can go read this as well. He's definitely open to a trade and definitely not going to, be bashful about it if they do trade him. And, as he shouldn't be because, this team is really, all off season, this team has made a special point to ingratiate his name as being the focal point of a trade, whereas you got a player like Anthony Davis who doesn't stay healthy enough to even be on the floor, and he gets praised by some of the Lakers front office, I should say, because a lot of fans, still give Anthony Davis credit, but a lot of fans definitely, let Anthony Davis have it in regards to some of the antics that he's done and, his lack thereof ability of staying on the court, So to me, he should be a focal point as well, also in trades and things like that, because Anthony Davis doesn't seem like he's getting any healthier anytime soon. It doesn't seem like, he's, living up to expectation either. I mean, he's supposed to be the best player on this team, not the second best player. And that's not the point of him coming to LA. The point of him coming to LA was to take over the team and LeBron become the next man in line in regards to scoring and being the secondary best player on this team. And that hasn't been the case because he hasn't, for one, had the opportunity to do that because Anthony Davis can't stay healthy, and LeBron's just getting older, wishing on a wishing star, where Anthony Davis doesn't seem to be coming out to fruition. So with that being said, a lot falls on Russell Westbrook because he's the third guy and he's the third point of contact in this situation. And, honestly, I'll say unjustly so he's gotten a lot of criticism, whereas some of that should go Anthony Davis's way, not all Russell Westbrook's way. But we definitely understand, being the third guy on the team, that's just the way it is. That's what happened to Chris Bosh with the Miami Heat, the team that LeBron was a part of years ago. And he was getting a lot of blame for things, from fans and stuff like that, along with Mario Chalmers. The reason why things weren't going the way it's supposed to, with him being the third star on the team. And that's just the way it goes. When you're the third star, you seem to always get that type of extra criticism that, some others don't. And that's just the way it's always been, or at least the few times I've seen a team have this too much firepower, the backlash comes to one guy. You see what I'm saying? So I look at this situation where, Russ, I don't know how many opportunities or more opportunities he's going to have to play at a high level or to be looked at as that number one guy on a team, that's exactly what I believe he wants. I don't know that per se, but I will say this: Russ is going to have to, make some adjustments to his game. He's going to have to learn to kind of sort of play a role rather than be the main guy on the team, because, teams don't really feel like Russ has that anymore. Even though Russ may feel like he does, teams don't feel like he has it anymore, and especially the Lakers. And after what people saw last year from Russell Westbrook, I would be surprised if anybody really wants to give him the keys to their kingdom, because you're not going to win anything, you're not going to go but so far, and on top of that, he's more of an individualized stats guy, more so than anything else. So, I mean, it's tough getting Russ, because it doesn't look like he has the first step that he had a couple years ago in regards to getting to the basket, and he's not a perimeter shooter at all. So it's like Russ, at the expense of how much money are you willing to, give Russ for him to be a part of your team, to make your team a championship caliber team, if you think that he can do that, which I personally don't believe he can. But maybe there's teams out there who think that he could, so it's a heavy price for Russ, because you don't know if you're going to get the player that he once was. I don't personally believe he's there anymore in regards to being that type of player who can, go out there and, take the basketball game over the way he once could. But at the same time, I think it's good for Russ to leave LA, because LA is just not presenting anything for him that, he can hang his hat on. It doesn't seem like a warm welcome. It doesn't seem like a place where they want him to be. It doesn't seem like a place where, he's going to flourish at his highest peak. And it just really seems at this point, Russ is kind of in a situation where, he's stuck. Pretty much he's at the mercy of any team who will take him. He really can't pick and choose which team he wants to go to anymore like he once could. And it just seems like now, the Lakers are just so far, beyond removed mentally from Russell Westbrook. It just doesn't seem like there's a point of no return. And I think that's where Russell Westbrook is in his mind. So along with the Patrick Beverley thing, that just really put the icing on the cake to me. But we'll see exactly how it goes, for Russell Westbrook. I don't know how many more job opportunities he's going to have in regards to playing the way he wants to, being the number one guy on a team. But as I said before, there's still possible hope for Russ. I still think he can, find his way on a team. Maybe not a good one. Maybe a team like Indiana, somebody like that, the Kings or somebody, where he can go there and just do his thing and play it the way he wants to, and go home and, not even worry about basketball after that. And I think that's the way Russ likes to play. So if that's the case, maybe he'll get traded to a team like that, because I don't know if the Lakers are going to give up number one and their two picks, and along with him, and maybe another package deal player with that. I don't know if the Lakers are going to do all that for a team and bless a team that much, but we'll see what happens, as far as this trading, because I know the Lakers definitely want him gone based upon all the reports that we've seen about trading him for Kyrie. And I know that Russell Westbrook wants to be over all this drama as well and just get back to playing basketball, because it's a lot of drama surrounding the Lakers, and I'm pretty sure Russ didn't see all this drama coming. Neither did the Lakers as well, possibly. But hey, it's definitely closer to the end than it is the beginning of the Russell Westbrook era, with the Lakers. So let's see if they actually make a trade for him before the season, or possibly, maybe trade deadline before All-Star break, and let's see how it pans out. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.